Benny the Butcher and Freddie Gibbs are beefing again, and nobody wants to see it. What up, where's your boy Challz Brown back again for another Talking Facts. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit that notification bell. CLBMG all day, every day. On Thursday, August 25th, Benny the Butcher upped the ante on the drama with Freddie Gibbs by posting photos on Twitter of Gangster Gibbs' partner, his girlfriend. I'm reading from an article. The first photo shows a woman licking the top of Freddie's head. The second photo shows the same woman giving a man fellatio. If y'all don't know what fellatio means, that's oral sex. With the caption, "You gotta be careful. She'll put that tongue anywhere." Freddie Gibbs has since responded to the taunt, appearing to confirm that the woman in the explicit photo is indeed the woman he is dating. "Oh yeah, fam, I knew my girl did porn when I met her. Y'all some detectives though. Try again, champ." Then he went on to write, "You wish your wife was bad, fam. I seen her and she ain't it." Even his girlfriend attempted to respond to the latest smear by writing, "Thanks, Benny. I was wondering where all those new subscribers were coming from." Freddie also put on, so let me, I'm gonna stop reading from that. I'm just going to go from what I know what's going on, right? Freddie Gibbs and Benny the Butcher, two of the best rappers on the, I'm not even gonna say, is it under, we still calling them underground? I would say independent, right? Independent, more hardcore rappers. I like both these rappers. I listen to both their musics. I put both of their musics on playlists and listen to them, right? These are two of my favorite artists in the business. Why they're beefing, I really can't even tell. I can tell you what we know, but I can't tell you why these things that we know is why they're beefing. Simple fact. Bottom line, I'm going to give you personal insight. I did a video on Freddie Gibbs and Benny beefing probably 3 or 4 months ago. It's down in my videos. And I said I didn't want to see them beefing way back then. But my hypothesis, I'm going to tell you why I believe they're beefing, which nobody else is really getting to the core of, right? The facts of the matter is, when Benny got robbed and shot, I believe it was in Houston, Freddie Gibbs went on to say, "Shout out to Houston," as if to shout out the dudes that robbed him, right? Saying some slick stuff on Twitter. He said some other slick stuff on Twitter, but I personally, I'm going to be honest with you, I saw this beefing before that, and it was on the music. I started to get a sense that Freddie is a guy that takes jabs at anybody just to do it, just to see if he can get away with it, right? And not only that, I feel like when I'm listening to Freddie, I listened to one of the songs, and I was like, Freddie sound like he low-key coming at them, right? And it made no sense. I'm like, you're on the record, but you're right. You're saying, I ain't want to rap on this bitch. I wasn't going to rap on this bitch. Like, it's beneath you. And I'm listening to the way he's saying it, like, this sound like a dude trying to say he don't need to be on this record, but he doing it because he felt like it anyway. Because the hook is him saying the hook, and then he does a verse, and if you're not paying attention, it sounds like, you know, passive. It doesn't sound like it's anything under it. But to me, it sounds like, when I was listening to it, I'm like, why would you say I wasn't gonna rap on this? Why would you be saying like I wasn't gonna rap on this? Like, it sound like, man, I'm all set with these dudes, man, but I'm gonna rap anyway because they asked me and they paying me, right? Or whatever the case. It sound like a dude to me. When you in the hood, right, and you all you got is vibes and energy, and the energy that Freddie was giving off on that record didn't feel right to me. This is before any beefing, before anything he said on Twitter. It just felt off. I like, this dude sounding like he bigger than these guys. To me, that's just my personal opinion. And it turned out to be right, because then he took the little slick digs at him on Twitter when nothing was said to him. Right? And I believe he tried to say it was something that Benny said in an interview where it was something about, I don't even remember what it was said, but it wasn't to him. And he took it, it wasn't a diss, let's put it like that. And you could probably do more research than me, because I remember he said something in the interview, but it was harmless. It wasn't a diss. Freddie took it like a diss. But you take stuff like a diss because you want to, right? Most of the things I've gotten to in the back in the days with somebody, they already wanted to start that anyway. They just needed a reason, right? So Freddie needed a reason. And whatever Benny said in this interview wasn't really a reason, but he took it and ran with it because he wanted to diss him anyway. Sometimes when you're in this business, it's competitive. And sometimes the nature of the business makes two people who are almost exactly the same with the same story find themselves at odds for no reason. It's energy, it's something else, it's whatever it is. But some dudes just end up don't like you for no reason. It has no reason. It's nothing they can pinpoint. They just don't. Even though y'all is one and the same, y'all the same color, same race, everything. It's just something about the way y'all two move. Y'all moving for the same goals, and it get competitive. And I believe that somehow, some way, Freddie started to see these guys as a threat, some kind of way. And he started to see the love that they were getting as something he needed to squash or separate himself from. Just my opinion. Some people, and I'm not saying, I don't know Freddie, right? But based on all the beefs Freddie has had and all the interactions with all these different people, 9 times out of 10, if you look at him, it's always Freddie, right? I can rarely remember any beefs that it wasn't Freddie that started it. And we all know Freddie's a troll. We know that he loves to push the boundaries on the internet. We know that's how he gets his buzz up and his fans love it. He's the rabbit. Why would you call yourself a rabbit? Unless you can get in and get out of situations quickly. Look at what they did to him in Buffalo. They didn't get him. They snatched his chain. They beat him up. But he went on to perform. He had a few lumps, more gold. He moved on. He's the rabbit. He bounced out of it. How many rappers would that have killed their career to get mashed out violently in a restaurant that you're supposed to be the man, and now they mashing you out over some tartar or something, like, you know what I'm saying, some filet mignon or something, like you're getting mashed out in a steakhouse. They clearly have you surrounded. It's like 20 goons. Who else could come out of that and be like, y'all dudes hit like girls? Who else could do that but Freddie? Who could go live that same night? Right? Getting more jewelry and still perform in the same city with a lumped it out. No one. It ain't many rappers that can do it. Who was it? Was it Rich the Kid? Was it Rich the Kid that Lil Uzi standing up, like, come on out to Starbucks? Right? He ran in the Starbucks. This dude got seriously clowned for that. Right? I believe he tried to come back with some videos with him holding guns or something. Like, just too late. It's too late, bro. We saw you scared. You scared of a dude that's probably 4'9". You was scared of him. Right? You was afraid. You was running from a dude that probably looked like he probably could have been a third grader, could have went toe to toe with Lil Uzi Vert. And you wouldn't come within 50 feet of this guy. Right? Now, is his career ended? You tell me. I don't know. But his rep out here is not what it's supposed to be as a rapper. That's supposed to be this hardcore rapper that's tough. Ain't nobody scared of this guy. So at the end of the day, Freddie has surpassed what most dudes. The same night, Freddie's respect remained intact. His respect didn't go down. So Benny comes out of nowhere now with a photo with that same chain from that same beef he posted up. I don't know why. It's like 3 months later. It's about 3, maybe 4 months later that Freddie's posting this chain that was supposedly taken from Benny the Butcher. Now, one reason could be that he just got it. Right? Just got the chain. Chain did the rounds in the hood. He just got it. He probably paid for it. Because at the end of the day, he's thinking, man, I could pay for the chain. And even if I just use it for one video and sell it, they'll melt it down. I'm going to get my money right back. I guarantee you somebody came with that chain, he probably gave him 10, 20 for that chain. Unless it's some dude that's like a fan, like, oh, I just want to meet you and give it to you in person, like something goofy. But end of the day, he probably just got the chain, so that's why he just putting it up. But I feel like it's too late to put the chain up. I think the chain at this point, Benny. I'm talking to Benny. I love Benny. Yo, I listen. Anytime Benny comes on, I'm stopping him. Listen to the verse. Benny's saying some of the illest stuff about the game itself, about just life. It ain't just people mistaken that it's all about cocaine. This about life. This when you up in life and when you down, right? They both saying real stuff, right? Although, if I'm being honest, Freddie's stuff a little more far-fetched than Benny. Let's just be honest. His stuff a little more dramatic, right? Freddie's a little more. You gotta kind of like, all right, I'm gonna take this with a grain of salt. But end of the day, Benny and Freddie spitting some real stuff. Now Benny, by him spitting so much real stuff, and he's so unbothered with all of these other rappers, and we know what his pedigree is, for him to pull this stunt, I'm going to have to really be honest and say it kind of knocked Benny down a little bit. This was not a good look, because simple fact, you a boss. You've never seen Jay-Z or Nas or anyone in a boss category flex somebody's chain for clout online. You would never see that happen. And he's not that much younger than any of them. So I'm going to be this man to man right here. This man to man, this grown man stuff. This ain't little kids, please exit the chat. Right? If you childish, this not for you. It's not the conversation for you. If you're looking for me to be like, yo, he has snatched his chain, he put it. This not that, bro. Grown men, we don't do that. Right? First of all, real grown men know when they got them. I don't need to post nothing. When I got you, I got you. You know it and I know it. There's no reason to post anything. Anytime you post, and put it like this, they probably on such grown man stuff, they have each other number. He could text him in the middle of the night with the picture of the chain. That's way more gangster than putting it online. Right? If you really wanted to get under skin. If you wanted to get under skin, we would never know. The world would never know. Them two would know. So when Freddie sit down and write that diss rap or whatever he was gonna think about writing, he know all of that rapping ain't gonna matter, because this dude's sitting there with my chain in a vault, and he don't never got to show the world, but I know that he got me. And when I get to Buffalo, it's gonna happen again. I better not ever go there, right? Now he give this guy ammunition. Now this guy can turn him back. That's all you got is the chain. Oh, my girl give head. Well, everybody girl give head. She been in porn. What else you want to do, right? Now it's making Benny got a one up. Now you playing the game he plays. This is what he does, bro. He's a troll. This is what he does. Now you enter this realm, and now you're not going to win this. This just like when Academics entered the round with Freddie. He had no chance. Zero chance. Academics was never going to beat Freddie Gibbs in a trolling contest. Right? Meek Mill would never beat Freddie Gibbs. He would never beat Tekashi in a trolling contest. This is where they live at. So now Benny, who obviously has nothing to do, doesn't know the first thing about trolling, right? I don't know who around him gassed him to do this, right? I don't know what happened, but they gassed him, and he did it. It was a mistake, because now he looked like a dude desperate for clout, and we know Benny ain't never did that. And it's a hip hop site that went out. I don't know why this hip hop site jumped in this game, but they kind of try to expose Benny for asking for promo about 5 years ago, and they put the tweet out. So they kind of inserted themselves in this. Now they're looking for clout. So now everybody's looking for clout off this thing, and Freddie Gibbs is actually going to be the one that wins this, because you can't out-clout this guy. He called himself the Rabbit. He's online all day, all night, just jumping in the beats, jumping. You know what I'm saying? He willing to take a knuckle for this. This the second supposedly knuckle he done took, and he's still online going crazy. Right? Jim Jones supposedly caught him at the steakhouse, which no one wants to admit. No one wants to talk about it. So he makes out on that because no one's talking about it. No video has shown up. Right? Jim Jones denies it. Because that's what a gangster supposed to do. You supposed to deny it. No, we ain't fight. Who for? I never even seen the guy. That's old school gangsterism. These new school dudes have been in jail by the middle of the day because they would have posted everything they did online with the chain and everything before the cops even had a chance to ask them any questions. They would have already known who got it. They would have went and got him. Right? Benny is literally exposing himself to a charge for having stolen property. These chains are insured. Right? So let me get on some real grown man stuff for you right now. These $20, $30, $40, $50,000 chains have insurance on them. This ain't back in the day when you just bought a chain from anybody and it didn't have no paper. These diamonds have papers. If you take that chain and try to sell it and you walk in there with that stolen property, you can be arrested. So the big boy table, a different table. Right? It's stuff, we do smarter stuff. So you showing the chain that you have possession of this $50,000 chain. At that point, you have stolen property. Now the kids and the goons in the hood don't care. Benny trying to be a worldwide artist that can go anywhere and do anything he wants. Him showing a stolen property on a video makes no sense to me. It makes zero sense. That's like Puff Daddy showing a chain that he got from some other rapper that's got beat up and stole from him. Right? Jermaine Dupri, Dr. Dre, Jimmy Iovine holding up somebody's chain that he stole or bought from somebody off the rip. It makes no sense, and this beef is getting ridiculous. It's giving nobody any stripes or wins. Neither one of them are coming out looking great. But Freddie he obviously doesn't care because it drives his numbers up. So Freddie is in his own bag with this kind of thing. Benny is not. So now every time Benny puts anything, people are going to be trolling him about Freddie. So now you're going backwards. Now your music is getting recognized because people want to hear what you got to say about Freddie. Your next tweet about Freddie. It's a lose-lose situation. There is no winner in this, and no one asked for this beef. We wanted to get back to music, right? I don't know if it's a calculated decision by Benny to jump into this virtual stuff. He doesn't need it. Griselda been in the news for a lot of crazy stuff lately. Got Funkmaster Flex versus Conway. Conway was vocal about Flex, and Benny with this Freddie gear. It's crazy, right? And I think Westside came on and said something. I can't even remember what he said. He tweeted about something about his album, and he didn't get the looks or whatever, all these other albums, something. So it's like they mad, like got like things going on that they just frustrated, and they don't need to be. They're really winning in the game, and I don't know what they're looking for. You know, I don't know what the extra oomph they trying to feel that they deserve that they're not getting, but they coming out, they're going about it wrong. They're getting the wrong attention. The attention was for the bars. If I'm going to give my advice before I leave this session to Griselda, get back to the bars. Let's just do the bars. Back to bars, bro. This got to be distracting. Just get back to bars. Dead to all this beef. Give it up. On that note, my name is Challz, man. See this hat? CLBMG, my shop. CLBMG.myshop. This hat is only $18.49. People loving these fitteds, the trucker hats. Go on that site. Go on my merch on there. We got T-shirts, hoodies, all kind of mugs and backpacks. CLBMG. Go on that site, and I'm about to put a 10% code in. It's going to be the Talking Facts 10. You put the Talking Facts 10, you get the whole cart for 10% off. All right? Go check that out. CLBMG.com. I'm going to catch y'all on that flip side. Peace.
CLB.